Turan is the other nation. That's how it's largely categorized relative to Iran in the Shahnameh. The rivalry that began when Tur killed his brother Iraj has deepened over generations and hardened into an irreconcilable hatred by the descendants of Tur who have been bent on revenge ever since Manucher of Iran killed their beloved leader. Season 2 of this podcast began with the introduction of Afrasiyab, Tur's great-grandson, who up until now has done nothing but wage attack after attack against Iran, with his rage even causing him to murder his own Turanian brother Agriras for helping the Iranian side in war. By all measures, Afrasiyab is the greatest physical and psychological threat to Iran's stability and peace. He's immensely strong and merciless. His initial invasion of Iran delivered a decisive blow, culminating in beheading King Nozar and taking the city of Rey for himself. There were real moments in the past few episodes where Iran's fate seemed genuinely sealed, having suffered weak kings and military defeats. But somehow, the Iranian heroes and warriors were able to keep the nation intact and bide enough time for young Rostam, Zal's son, to grow up strong enough to join the army, and for them to find a new king in Kayqubad. These two additions, Rostam and Kayqubad, turned the tables completely, and in the most recent episode we saw just how dangerous Rostam actually is in battle. The big shocking moment that changed the fate of the war with Turan came when Rostam, in face-to-face combat with Afrasiyab himself, grabbed the Turanian prince and lifted him up off his horse and slammed him to the ground, humiliating him in front of the entire Turanian army. Rostam could have easily just taken Afrasiyab with him were it not for the fact that he grabbed him by the belt, which snapped and broke rather than taking him by the arm. The last commentary episode asked us to pause and really sit with the significance of seeing Afrasiyab, the defining villain of this era of the Shahnameh, be defeated so effortlessly. That's because what comes next, in this episode, is from his point of view, and it alters the course of the epic in a major way. We last left off with Afrasiyab running scared of Rostam and retreating back to Turan, guarded by his soldiers. Rattled to his core by young Rostam's strength, Afrasiyab loses all of his confidence and is left with no choice but to tell his father, Pashang, the king of Turan, what happened. There's family drama here too. If you recall, the last time these two met, King Pashang disowned Prince Afrasiyab, banishing him from his sight after confronting him for the murder of his own brother Agriras. But despite his heartbreak, Pashang sent one last command for Afrasiyab to invade Iran while it was weak, which is how this latest battle started. The Turanians had hoped that this battle would end the rivalry once and for all with the decisive elimination of Iran, but as we saw, things didn't go that way. The addition of Rostam to the Iranian army makes invasion simply impossible, and now Afrasiyab must tell his father so. Upon arriving at his father's throne, he exhaustedly and angrily cries out, "Great king, you made a mistake seeking war with Iran. The descendants of Iraj still pollute the earth, and their poison continues to eat through it. Now their new king, Kayqubad, has assumed the crown. He's opened the floodgates of their vengeance, and they come ruthlessly to spread their poison around the world. Now a new warrior has emerged, Rostam, the son of Zal and grandson of Sam. He came into battle like a crocodile and charged so fiercely with his mace, one would think he could breathe fire. In our confrontation, life itself became as worthless to me as a pinch of dust. With ease, he took over our entire army single-handedly and grabbed me from my own saddle and flung me into the air as if I weighed no more than a fly. Nobody ever saw a stranger sight, and no lion ever had such strength. When he's standing, his head reaches the clouds. When I fell, my soldiers carried me off the mountain and back to safety. Father, you know my strength, my heart, and my accomplishments. Yet I am but a fiber in Rostam's grasp. It was as if I saw a monster with lion's claws. My wits and senses escaped me. He commands every hill, cave, and road. 1,000 of our weapons did their best, but they couldn't penetrate his helmet and armor. It's as if they made him of iron and raised him on stones and brass. What is a sea or a mountain to him? What is a lion or an elephant? We cannot defeat him, King. Your troops will fall before him. Even I, your greatest champion and strongest warrior, have nothing left to fight him with. Our bravest and mightiest, Bahriman, Khazravan, Shamasas, have all perished in this war, along with 10,000 others. We survivors have lost all honor and fame in defeat. We must make peace with the Iranians. To fight them is folly. And if you don't make peace, know this, it won't just be Rostam. Qaran, Keshvad, Mehrab, they're all coming too. Let's not revive the past, including the death of Agriras. Let's surrender and save what's left of your kingdom before they come and take it all. It's an astonishing scene, seeing Afrasiyab so completely devastated. Pashang looks at his son through tears, completely shocked by his words. There's nothing left to debate or discuss. King Pashang orders an envoy be sent to Iran and passes along the message. To Kayqubad, King of Iran, in the name of he who rules the sun and the moon, and in memory of the great Feridun of whom we are all descendants, hear my words. Generations ago, Tur cut down the blessed Iraj in a feud over crown and throne. On this day, I say, let these feuds end forever. Manucher killed Tur in vengeance, and ever since our nations have continued to be locked in this cycle of death and destruction. If we continue this way, nothing will be left of either nation. Let us preserve what Feridun divided between Tur, Iraj, and Salm, and join together as friends under that arrangement. I have seen the white hair on Zal's head grow like snow, and the dust of the earth soaked in red from our warriors' blood. In the end, every man owns only his body's length in possessions. Everything beyond that is more worry and suffering. Kayqubad, King of Iran, if you accept these terms to return our lands to their original borders and promise to keep the Iranians to your own side, we pledge to uphold this peace pact. With this message now complete, King Pashang of Turan sends it, along with heaps of gold, Arab horses, Indian swords, and jewels, all in a caravan to accompany the messenger to Iran. Thus, the first true offer of peace by the other nation makes its way to Iran, for Kayqubad to review and decide whether Iran should accept. Can the Turanians be trusted? That's the question at hand in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it or leave a review. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more Shahnameh Quest.